Now, in this lecture, we will prove the characterization of Eulerian graphs. So, as I told you, what is meant by an characterization? That is, when you look at the graph, you should be in a position to identify whether the graph is Eulerian or not. So, the characterization is this: the following statements are equivalent for a connected graph G. What is A? Statement A. G is Eulerian. Okay, what is meant by an Eulerian graph? You should have an Eulerian trail which has to be closed. The second statement is every vertex of G has even degree. Okay, every vertex in the graph G should possess even degree. The third one is the set of edges. The set of edges of G can be partitioned into cycles. Can be partitioned into cycles. Here you can see that we are to prove that these statements are equivalent. So the technique of the proof would be like this. I will assume A and I will prove B. And the second part, I will assume B and prove C. And in the third part, I will assume C and I will prove A. So you can see that A will be equal to B, B will be equal to C, and C again is equal to A. So you can conclude that A, B and C are equal. Okay. So now I assume G is Eulerian. Okay. Now what I am trying to prove? I am trying to prove A implies B. So what I do is I have assumed G is Eulerian. And when G is an Eulerian, what do I get? We can find a closed Eulerian trail. Okay, you can find a closed Eulerian trail. Okay, and assume the vertex U is the starting point of the Eulerian trail. Okay, assume U as the starting point of the Eulerian trail. Okay. Now, each time a vertex V occurs in trail. Okay, each time a vertex occurs in trail, in a place other than u. So except at the origin other than u. Okay. Two edges incident with v. Incident with v are accounted. Are accounted. So if I have a u here starting point, if I pick some other vertex v, I will have two edges, at least two edges incident with v. One for coming in, other for leaving v. So this is for all the vertices other than the starting point. So that has been recorded here. Now G possesses an Eulerian trail. G possesses an Eulerian trail, and you know that Eulerian trail traverses or moves through all the edges exactly once. So it has to move through all the edges exactly once. Okay. So degree of intermediary vertices are even. So one for coming in, other for leaving that particular vertex. Okay. Now what about the origin? The trail is closed. The trail is closed. The trail ends at u. Hence, degree of u is also even. Okay, even if at the intermediary stage, if u is visited, you will enter through an edge and leave through another edge. So in this case, anyhow, you will have the degree of the vertex u to be even. So intermediary vertices have got even degree. The origin has also got an even degree. So we get to hence every vertex is of even degree. So this will be the second condition. So we have assumed 1 and I have got the statement 2. Now what I do is I will prove 2 implies or B implies C. This one would be easier. What is this? Assume every point or every vertex of G as even degree. What is that I have to prove? You look at statement 3, I have to show that the set of edges of G can be partitioned into cycles. This we can easily prove. Okay. So now what happens here is that you have like this. The degree of every vertex is even, and therefore degree of every vertex is at least 2, and if it is at least 2, okay, we can find a cycle, what I call it as Z. We can find a cycle Z, okay, we can find a cycle Z in G. Okay. And finding out a cycle implies that I need not cover all the edges, that you have to keep in mind. So because the degree is even, so it has to be at least 2. What I can do is, if you have every vertex in the graph G with degree 2, then automatically you can find a cycle Z in G. You can find a cycle Z in G. Now what I do is, I remove the edges of the cycle Z from G. Okay, I remove all the edges in the cycle of the cycle Z from G. Okay, when I remove such edges, the resulting graph is a spanning subgraph. Is a spanning subgraph G1 of G. Okay. Now what is this spanning subgraph? H is a subgraph if V of H, subgraph of G, okay, subgraph of G, if V of H is contained in V of G and E of H is contained in E of G. This is called as a subgraph. But here I have used the term spanning subgraph. What is meant by a spanning subgraph? A subgraph is a spanning subgraph if V of H is equal to V of G and E of H is contained in E of G. Okay, so now the vertex set should be intact, then that is called as a spanning subgraph. So now if I have some graph G, okay, like this, if I have some graph G, I am just removing the edges alone which is in the cycle Z. So you can see that you will have the spanning subgraph of G because I have just removed the edges in the cycle G. And now the degree of every vertex in the graph G is even. So every vertex in the graph G1, okay, which is the spanning subgraph G1, spanning subgraph of G, spanning subgraph of G is also even, because here when you remove the cycle, the degree gets reduced by 2, so it will also be even. And we can construct another cycle Z1 Z1 from G1. Remove the edges of Z1 from G1. We get a spanning subgraph of G1. I keep on repeating this process till all the edges are exhausted. So when you repeat this process till no edges are left out, then we will have a set of cycles. We will have a set of cycles which forms a partition of the edge set, which forms a partition of the edge set, which is C. So I have assumed B and I have reached C. So this is the technique of the proof. Now again the third one would also be easier to prove. C implies A. Okay, what is C? The edge set is partitioned into cycles. Okay, what is that I have to prove? To prove G is Eulerian. Okay, is partitioned into cycles. When I say that partition into cycles, the edges lies in any one of the class of the partition, and when I take all the edges in every cycle, then that will give me my edge set. So you have to see that we have also assumed that the graph G is connected. Okay, I have assumed G is connected. That you have to keep in mind. So here, since G is connected, okay, two or more cycles have a common vertex. Edges will not be in common, but vertex can be common. Okay, so now what I do is, this is the crux here. Okay, now I will take like this. Let Z1, Z2, so on, Zn be the cycles. Okay, be the cycles forming a partition of the edges of G. Okay, now what I do is, by the observation that we have made earlier, without loss of generality, we will assume that Z1 and Z2 have a common vertex U. Okay, so now this will be U, and now I will have another cycle like this. If I call this as Z1 and this as Z2. So you can see that you start at U, okay, you travel through Z1 or Z2 first. Here I am traveling through Z2 first, and again I come back to U. Okay, here in this case Z2, I don't have a repetition of the edges. Now from U again I travel through, okay, I travel through the cycle Z1, and again I reach this vertex U. Okay, again reach this vertex U. So in this case, I have a Eulerian trail here. Okay, vertex gets repeated, but edges are all distinct. Here I have an intersection of Z1 and Z2 at U. Okay, I have considered here n cycles. Okay, so now I have a cycle like this. Okay, Z1, this gets it is like this. Okay, I have like this, and the third one, some vertex here. This I have a cycle in common here. Okay, this will be Z1, this will be Z2, and this will be Z3. Okay, suppose we call this as U and this as V. Okay, you can see that still you can find an Eulerian trail. How will you do it? You start at U, travel through Z2, okay, travel through Z2 here, then from Z2 come to V, from V you travel through the edges in Z3, reach V, and again you move through the edges of Z1 and reach U. So if you have more than one cycle, okay, with intersection, if it is in the common point, you can just travel through the edges of Z1, Z2 and Z3 and you will reach the same point. But if the intersection is at different vertices, then you can easily find an Eulerian trail. Okay, you can find an Eulerian trail, and that gives you graph G is Eulerian. So in this case, what I do is I assume that U is the vertex which is common to the cycles Z1 and Z2. Okay, so now what I do is I start a walk. Okay, the walk beginning at V1 or at V. Okay, what is that? Did I take V? Yeah, U, not V. At U, and consisting of cycles Z1 and Z2 in succession is closed trail, is a closed trail. Okay, is a closed trail containing edges of these two cycles. Okay. Continuing this process, we can construct a closed trail. Okay, you can construct a closed trail containing all the edges of G, all the edges of graph G. So you can say that hence G is Eulerian. Okay. See, now if you could, this completes this proof. Okay. I'll write like this, hence the proof. Okay. Now you can, when you look at this, I have already shown you that this graph is Eulerian. Okay. Suppose if we mark like this, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N. Okay. So in this case, I will have like this cycle 1. Not instead of writing cycle 1, let me write like this, trail 1. A, oh, I have left out these two, G, H, L, M, N, O, P. Okay, so I will have like this, A, O, L, okay, A, O, L, K, H, J, again K, then N, E, G, then again N, M, P, D, M, L, A. This will be trail 1. Okay, and trail 2 would be A, B, O, P, C, D, E, F, then G, H, I, J, and again I reach A. Okay, you can see that here I have got 2 trails. Okay, I have got 2 trails here. So this is the important characterization of the Eulerian graph. Let me again repeat it. G is Eulerian, then every vertex is of even degree. And the third statement is you can partition the set of edges into cycles. So this is an important characterization of Eulerian graph and the best known. And now what we do is, the graphs that we see is very small. Suppose if you construct a large graph, then finding out the Eulerian trail is difficult. So you have an algorithm to determine the Eulerian trail of a graph. But of course, every vertex should be of even degree. Then you can apply this algorithm. This algorithm is called as the Fleury's algorithm. Okay, this is a greedy algorithm. Okay, Fleury's algorithm. So what are the steps here? Number 1, choose an arbitrary vertex V0. Set W0 is equal to V0. Okay, that is, you choose the starting point. Second step would be, suppose that a trail Wi, which is with V0, E1, V1, so on, EI, VI, has been chosen. Okay. Choose an edge EI plus 1 incident with VI unless there is no alternative, unless there is no alternative, ei plus 1 is not a bridge. Okay, by a bridge you can also say it as cut edge. What is a cut edge? Removal of the edge, removal of the edge makes the graph disconnected, makes the graph disconnected. Okay, so you, unless you don't have any other option, you have to select the edge ei plus 1. Okay, you have to select the edge ei plus 1. If it is a bridge, you have to select it at the last. Otherwise, if you have a option, then you have to select ei plus 1, an edge which is not a bridge. Okay, and the third step is stop when step 2 cannot be implemented. That is, you have to cover all the edges, cannot be executed. Okay, these are the 3 steps. Okay, so now what we have to do here is an illustration. Okay, I'll take an illustration or example. How do we use this? For example, I take a graph like this. You see to that it has an even number of edges. Okay, I have this A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, so now what you do is, the first step, start at D. Okay, start at D. Okay, now I have 2 options. Okay, you can see that DC and DF are DC and DF are incident with D. Okay, both are not bridge. Okay, so I can select any one. Oh, if I remove DC, the graph is still disconnected. Sorry, is still connected. If I remove DF, again the graph is still connected. So I can select any one. So now what I do is, from D, suppose if I select F, okay, I have to remove this. I have to just remove this. Okay, so now what I have to do is move to F. Okay, and the edges incident with F are FE and FG, or incident with F. So now what I do is, I move to E. Okay, so now I have an option like this. Okay, now at E I have 2 edges, BE and I think I should have another edge here, because here degree of F is 3. So let me have another edge like this. Okay, so now I have like this. At F, FA. Okay, FA has also to be included. So BE and have another edge like this. Okay, I think I should also have, because everything should be of even degree, otherwise you cannot execute this algorithm. Okay, so now you have like this: BE, AE, okay, BE, BAE and EG are incident with E. Okay, you got to select any one. So from F you have moved to E. So now what I will do is I will select A. Okay, so now what will happen? I will select A. So A. Then next one would be move to A. Okay. Fifth one, from A I have more than one option. Say for example, if I choose AF, okay, then move to F. Okay, from A I will move to F. From F I will move to G. Sixth one, move to G using this. Okay, from G I will move to E. So from E I will move to G. Okay, and from E I have to move to B. I don't have any option. From E I have to move to B. Move to B. Okay, from E I have to move to B. Okay, but anyhow I have to end at D. Okay, how do I do it? See here, I think have I made any mistake here? From B, from B, now I have only a set of edges, because I have started with D, I have to end at D. Okay, from B, I think I will have BA, AD, but in that case I will not be covering the edges. BC, yeah, I have to go like this: BC, BD. Okay, from B I have to go to C. So ninth one would be move to C. Okay, so now I have reached C here. 10. From C move to D. Okay, I'll have D here. So from C I will go to D. Okay, and 11, move to B. So now what you have to do is you have to choose the edges properly. Okay, move to the, from D I have to go to B, and 12th one would be move to A. Okay, and the last step would be move to D. Okay, so what I have to do is I have to again come back to D. Okay, so the process is simple. As I told you, your aim is to construct a closed train. So first thing that you have to check is that the degree of every vertex is even, and then you have to select an edge unless it is not a cut edge. That is, if you remove that edge, then automatically the graph should not be disconnected. So in this case, what happens here is that you are, unless you don't have any other option, you select an edge which is not a bridge. Okay, and once when you try to proceed ahead, you will have a trail, closed trail, which would be an Eulerian trail. So this is the algorithm that was given by Floris to construct an Eulerian trail. Okay. The lecture gets complete here. If you have any doubts, you can just post it in the Google Classroom. I will answer it. Thank you. Have a nice day.